If I was a girl?
Yeah.
Well, my mom was gonna name me Megan if I was a girl, and so Megan's a pretty cool name. And I'd probably just rock out on guitar still. I think like a Megan rocking a guitar in a punk rock girl band would be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So that's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, we started in 2003. We recorded our first few songs the following year, and started to put some shows together, and just kind of snowballed after that. We started touring and met some bands locally and then on tour, and kind of continued to book shows eventually internationally, and we're able to put some records out with a couple different labels. We signed with Abbiamo Records in 2009, and that sort of brings us up to date now. We're working on a new album for next year. Sure. In January is the plan right now to go in and record, and we're going to work with Chad Gilbert, and he's been producing bands for a few years now, and he's most well known from the band Neutron Glory, and he plays guitar for Neutron Glory. And yeah, we kind of met up on the producer-artist aspect a couple of years ago. We started working with some bands and said, hey, I'd really like to do some songs for you guys, and it never really worked out because we had other producers lined up, and before he would be on tour, so scheduling was also difficult. But this year, finally, we were like, okay, let's like get together and make it happen. And it was awesome. So yeah, hopefully next year. Oh man, there's a lot of bands. Great band Fireworks, who we're always playing shows with every year, and they have a new album out as of last year. It's called Gospel, and it's awesome. It's an awesome record, and they're a great live band, and so I think they're one of the bands to definitely be into and to keep following in the scene music. On this show tonight, we all really like Verse a lot, and Verse is going to be headlining, I believe, the stage right here. They've just always sort of been on the forefront of like really like you know, emotionally felt hardcore with like a message, and you know, really interesting lyrics that kind of provoke thought. So I think they're a band to always be paying attention to. And younger bands, we did some holiday shows with Balance and Composure, and those guys are awesome. They have a record out as of last year too, and I'm trying to give a few other ones. I don't know, my guilty pleasure is Justin Bieber, and I think his new record's pretty awesome, so I'd check that out if you're into like dance music at all, or like R&B. How do we rate them? Pretty much I'll sort of come to the band with like general like song, with like a vocal and like a rhythm, and try to put as much of music together as possible, and then from there people will throw in some suggestions, and we'll kind of alter it maybe a bit to how the rest of the group feels, and then we'll take it into production with you know, whomever might be recording our album for us, and they'll have the final sort of guidance, you know, really help to shape the song to the best they could be, the best arrangement, and then we kind of go from there, track it, and start playing the song. But yeah, it's always, I think that's usually like the most efficient way to kind of bring it to the table and see how everyone feels about it. Yeah. I hope I answered that right. I couldn't remember. Yeah, like influences or... It's very fast, it's very energetic, it's best listened to when you're maybe hopefully feeling down and you want like something to pick you up. We try to write music that will put people in a good mood, even if it's a song that has a darker tone. Maybe it's something that they can like relate to or understand. And so I think it's best to listen to when you're just needing like that extra shot of adrenaline, and as well like people who enjoy coming to live shows to like jump around and move around and sing along. I think that this kind of music is the best for that, and we try to keep that up with the recording and the live show. The Ataris.
Yeah.
The band.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome. I love the Ataris. They were one of the first like pop punk bands that I really got into, in the sense of being like a pop band that played punk music. And they really had like, they sort of started, I think, you know, a lot of bands that came about during and after them. I think they sort of really like started that, and especially in California, in Southern California, like they had like a very Southern California pop punk, fast pop punk sound. San Dimas High School Football Rules is one of the best songs, like pop punk songs ever, I think. And the last song, I'll Ever Write About a Girl, is my favorite Atari song. Yeah, and then they've always kind of changed their sound too and done cool stuff. I heard a record they did about maybe 4 years ago, and it was really different, but it was cool. Like, it grew on me. It was like totally out of the box for them. But I think they're an awesome band.
Yeah.
Let's see. Best moment. One of the best moments, we did a tour with a band called Terror. They're like they're a hardcore band from LA. They're some of like the best dudes that we've met, and one of our favorite bands. Like both kind of growing up in music, and just currently like bands that we're able to meet up and play shows with. And we were on tour with them, and so first of all, we never thought we'd be on tour with Terror. And the shows were like absolutely awesome. Like every show was packed with kids going crazy for both bands, you know, and it was all in the Midwest of the U.S. So we were playing really small towns like farms and things like this. And so one of the best moments on tour was just simply being on tour with them and all the kind of shenanigans we got into, all the pranks and jokes and things. And then one of the worst moments was also on that tour. Going out to the tour, we hit a deer. And Joe, our bassist, who was super vegetarian, hit this deer and like was about to like start crying almost when he got out of the van, because, you know, he obliterated the animal. And we got out of the van and we had to call our friend to come pick us up, and the police came by to take down the report. And so yeah, so we felt really bad, but it turned into like a pretty interesting story, because the police officer ended up taking the antlers from the deer to like mount on his wall at home, and we took the deer hoof as like a memory, like memorabilia from the tour, and we tried to give it away in a contest online for Side One Dummy Records, which is a label out in LA, and we sent them the deer hoof. And they were like, oh, you know, we don't know if this is like really safe or like sanitary. We don't know if we can legally give it to someone in a contest without them suing us, you know. So they returned the hoof to me, and it's lost somewhere, probably in storage now. But that was a good test and work moment, I guess, both being on tour with them and hitting the deer.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Let's see. Like, I guess like I live in Martinez, California, and that's where the martini was invented. So like James Bond made popular by the 007 series. So it would have to be probably a spin on the martini, which I think is just like vodka and
I
don't even know what it is.
No,
so I'm gonna say vodka that has like those gold flakes in it. Have you seen the movie Superbad?
No.
By chance, you gotta watch it. It's great. But there's like a drink that's called Gold Flake Vodka. I don't even know if it exists. I know Gold Lagers exist, but it's basically like vodka with gold flakes in it, actual gold flakes. Supposedly when you drink it, the gold flakes like cut your mouth open, so the alcohol gets into your like bloodstream faster, and it tastes like cinnamon. So it would be like, you know, we live in California, and the martini was invented there, and the gold rush of 1949 happened in Sacramento and all around. It would have to be like a gold rush martini concoction. 3 albums for Pool Party. Okay. Let's see. Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. Aerosmith, big ones, because we were listening to this in the van the other day. Our drummer and I were going through some old rock from the 90s. And I have to say, Mariah Carey, Greatest Hits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
apocalypse, probably with lots of loaded guns. I would call Jesse Eisenberg and Emma Stone and try and learn all the Zombieland techniques in person.
Yeah.
I'd have them like direct my group, and we would be in search of the Twinkie. Woody Harrelson would help us find all the people.
Yeah.
Hopefully we would find it.
And
What do you think about eggs? I love scrambled eggs and over easy eggs and over medium. And I like egg salad if there's not too much mayonnaise in it. I think they are awesome. What do most people say? They don't like the way they smell?
Yeah, they like eggs. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they really like eggs, yeah. Okay, so that's fine,
awesome.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was cool.
We seek for better days, to sign our lives away.